Hi guys, so today I'm going to be talking about why I don't like Corinne Tan. And this is not a video of me just hating on Corinne Tan, it's just some little things that I don't like about her. Please be nice in the comments, and let's get into the video. The first thing that I don't like about Corinne Tan is her colored hair. And I think out of all the colored hair dolls that American Girl's done so far, hers is probably my favorite. And I do think it's pretty, but American Girl's just been overusing colored hair. And I've seen pictures of her where it's like styled so you can't really see it. And I do think it's pretty, but it's just overused. And it's a lot better than like 88. I know I have 88, but I feel like I would just get tired of colored hair. The next thing I don't like about Corinne Tan is her face mold. When she first came out, I showed her to my mom, and my mom was like, wait, she's supposed to be full Chinese? And I agree with her. She doesn't really look full Chinese, and I know American Girl tried to make her look Chinese, but I think they could have done a little bit better. And I also don't like how her eyes are bigger than normal American Girl eyes, because then it makes it hard to do eye swaps and get different colored eyes. So I just feel like it would have been easier to leave those eyes the same size. Now her face mold is new, and when Nenea's face mold first came out, I did not like it. Thought she looked like a welly wisher, didn't look like an American Girl, all that. But Nenea's face mold is like one of my favorites now, so it might just take me a little bit to get adjusted to Corinne's face mold. I'm also not the hugest fan of the painted on eyelashes. I just think it looks kind of weird. An American Girl has been using those a lot with World by Us and now Corinne. So I just feel like it's not my favorite, but I've heard from people that have Corinne that it's not really that noticeable. The next thing is more about Corinne's story than the doll itself. And I have not read her books, but based on the stop motions that American Girl's been putting out, which by the way, their stop motions are amazing. That would be such a cool job to be a stop motion person for American Girl. Like, what a cool job. Okay, anyway, sorry, that's not the point. The point is, I feel like the storyline makes Corinne seem like a really drama queen and kind of makes a big deal out of something that's not a big deal. Basically, what happens is Corinne's best friend what used to do ice skating and got bullied by these ice skaters, so she quit. And she says, oh, I don't like those ice skaters. But Corinne takes it as, I don't like any ice skaters, and I just don't want to be affiliated with any ice skaters ever, which is overdramatic in my opinion. Then Corinne's little sister starts doing ice skating, but Corinne keeps it a secret from her best friend because she's afraid if her best friend finds out that her little sister does ice skating, her best friend is going to leave her. So then Corinne's little sister is doing her ice skating competition, and Corinne's best friend comes and sees Corinne's little sister doing ice skating and is like, why'd you keep that secret from me? Because her best friend's been lying to her. So she starts getting mad at Corinne, and then Corinne and her start yelling at each other in the middle of her little sister's ice skating tournament, and her little sister falls down. So now Corinne has hurt her best friend and her little sister just because she thought her best friend was gonna hate her because her little sister did ice skating. Like, that doesn't make sense. I feel like in real life, you would just tell your best friend. And if they've got a problem with your little sister doing ice skating, you can just say, just because they're doing ice skating doesn't mean they're going to all of a sudden switch to being a bully. I think Corinne's best friend realized that, but Corinne thought her best friend didn't. So she was like, oh, if I tell her that my little sister does ice skating, she's gonna hate me, hate my little sister just because she does ice skating. That doesn't really make sense at all. I think it is good, though, that American Girl recognized racism by putting in that little boy who called her the China virus or something like that, because I think it's good that kids know what racism is so they can, not be racist. And it also put in there how to deal with racism, just kind of call them out and tell them that, that's not cool, and they'll might stop. Okay, the last thing I don't like about Corinne Tan is more something American Girl's doing, like, because of Corinne Tan, than the doll or the story. So basically, in one of their magazines, it says, to support real girls like Corinne, American Girl is partnering with AAPI Youth Rising, a youth led organization with a mission to take small actions to make positive change. American Girl has donated $25,000 to support AAPI Youth Rising, one out of 180 pledge, asking schools and teachers across the country to teach at least one day of Asian American and Pacific Islander history and culture during the school year. I think it is great that organizations like AAPI are trying to get Asian American, Pacific Islander history and culture incorporated in American school curriculum, but one day, I think that it should be more than one day. And I get that they're saying at least one day, but still, I feel like they should aim for, higher than that. Maybe, like a week, a month, something. But a day, that's almost like offensive that it's just one day. I mean, think of all the Asian American history that there is. I mean, with the Japanese camps in World War II, I mean, pretty much World War II, like, there was so much Asian American history in World War II. And that's just one World War. Like, there's a lot of Asian American history. The Chinese immigrants, like, there's a lot. You can't fit all of that in one day. And I get that they're just trying to be the start of something, but still, you don't need to start that small. Okay, so that was all I have for why I don't like Corinne Tan. And again, this is not me just hating on her. I'm just pointing out some of the things American Girl could have done better and things that I personally don't like about her. So please be nice in the comments. And I think it's great that American Girl is including more characters that are Asian, because they really don't have that many that are Asian. These are just some things that I don't like about her. Also, if you've made it this far, thank you for watching the whole video and not just clicking on the video and not listening to any of my reasoning and just immediately putting a hate comment. Please listen to the whole video, and thank you if you're here. Thank you for listening to the whole video. Thank you so much for watching, and let me know your opinions on Corinne Tan in the comments. Just be nice about it. Okay, thank you guys so much for watching. See you next time. Bye.